Greetings and welcome back once again. So, we are back here in Campaign Leipzig with Ney at the Katzbach. So, let's see what my opponent has done this turn. More just general artillery fire. Ooh, lost a 12-pounder. That's not so good. What's he up to? He's moving his Cossacks over here. So basically placing them up there so that when I attack I've got to keep my cavalry facing them rather than supporting. He's detaching more skirmishers and throwing them out. And he's moved forward his infantry and placing more guns. His cavalry screen. His screen of Russian Hussars still be screening. He's bringing up more Cossacks to the stream to stop me from advancing, but he's pulling the rest of them back by the looks of it. Probably falling back to the other side of the village. And deploying yet more cavalry. More Hussars coming up. I saw dragoons among that. Yep, dragoons. So there's some Russian dragoons here, along with Cossacks and Hussars. Some Prussian Uhlans on that side. And he's pulling back his Landwehr cavalry. Alright, for them, some one unit undisordered, one unit recover fatigue, and random bridge damage at 4169. 4169. There. So that bridge just takes some random damage from the weather. So, in this case, I am gonna shift up Maréchal some more, as my plan remains pretty much the same. The problem is I can't see what he's up to for the most part. So, for now, we'll just deal with Maréchal and bring him forward. We'll shimmy up my cavalry that I have here. Not a lot, because it's all disordered, unfortunately. It just has not been able to recover. the Hessen Fusilier Guards. Bring them up. And then the Hessian Lead Guard will be in the centre. There. Where can I place this gun? That's my question. I'm going to shift you that way. And shift you forward. I'll shift you to there. So they could charge through, but they're not likely to because they'll just get surrounded and swamped by all my cavalry, for one thing. And we continue to bring up Marchand's supply wagons and guns as he prepares to attack there. Cavalry, the cavalry. General Murin. Yeah, let's get this cavalry further up. It is going to suffer a bit more because I'm having to also make... Wait, why is it me and my ramblings? It is going to have to shift to the side. It can't go straight up to where I want it, unfortunately. Still, Ricard's division is proceeding forward nicely. It's sort of squashing out Albert's division, but we'll throw these skirmishers forward and basically look to do the, well, skirmishy thing. Bring you up, bring you up. You can go there, and then General Blucher will come up as well with the rest of the guns. I'm sort of I'm doing this completely out of order, but in this case I think it's worth it. See what I can see what I can discover. As I bring up the various elements of the core. And then you can go there. Yeah. The back brigade under Giraud will be basically like that, whereas the front brigade is going to be in my more traditional divisional formation. Unlimber. I totally forgot about this lot. am. Go there. Plus so can the wagon. We will swing you this way. I'm going to abandon the formation for them just because it's going to be easier to keep them. Just move them forward at this point. Now, I'm thinking of using General Blucher's cavalry division to assist with Marchand's breaking through of these Cossacks. And I think I will. And then the 12. Lancers. The 11th rather. And then we'll bring up those horse guns. Huzzah. And then the 5th Hussar. My formation's a mess, but it will serve its purpose. If they come across the river and look to hit me, they're gonna get trapped between Bowerman's cavalry brigade, even though it's heavily disordered, Marchand's infantry division, and the whole of Roussel's cavalry. And then, in the meantime, I also bring forward the various elements of Pajol's cavalry. Which will look to cross here and get on to the opposite side of the stream. I think it's time to reveal the heavy cavalry. Just so he doesn't get any crazy ideas to go for those heavy guns. Because if he does, he will suffer against my heavy cavalry division in the middle there. Now, here's the interesting part. What to do over here. So, what have I lost? I've lost 2 guns so far. 2 guns, 38 men, 18 cavalry, to 22 men, including 1 infantryman. It's those 2 guns that are the unfortunate part. But, all things considered, it's not that bad. The 6-6 will shoot at them. Let's do the rest of the guns first before I make up my mind on what else to move. Nothing there. A couple of men there. These guns will fire at... What can they fire at? Fire at them. Yeah, 2 men is 2 men. lose one man there. And then the last two are the Nepalese horse battery. General Simir will move forward. Command, yeah. So you go as far forward as you damn well can, with you basically following on. And then Monier's brigade will be basically following this lot. And we bring up the guns and wagons. So this division, for the most part, is literally only going to sort of nibble forward. He can come get them if he wants, but the question is he going to want to? Go. How much space do you take up? You take up 75% of that hex. Ow. Well, that didn't actually hurt, did it? All things considered. Alright, let's bring up the heavy core guns. And then Lederu with the various skirmisher elements of those you know what, let's just make them a small force. Continuing to push forward. The Italian horse battery come up, as will the howitzers. And then the Italian lines. The Italian line, for the most part, is actually fairly decent. But it's going to be at the back of the line. Behind these guns will be the Neapolitan chasseur. The Italian chasseur come over here, as will the Würzburg chasseur. Maréchal Ney is in effective command of Sebastiani, who will shift ever so slightly, so he's in effective command of his whole corps. Ney's going to come forward. remaining in effective command of his whole force. These are going to re-limber, and I'll probably look to place them up there. Question is, do I want to actually launch an attack here? I sort of do, but I sort of don't. I do because, well, it would tie down all these Russians. And I don't because, well, it would be a frontal assault against quite a lot of Russian guns. Which is not what I want. So I'm thinking the next best thing although attacking here might be decent, because if I can get my guns up here... does this division actually have any light infantry? It does not. It's awkward, but manageable. Get you moving that way. I suppose if I do launch an attack, I would probably start with Rochambeau's division with an attack on Hennersdorf here and look to attack towards Hennersdorf, sort of by using these woods and the village itself to shield me from the Russian artillery. At which point Pethard would launch... he would have to launch a more direct assault, and then Masson would attack the village here. Still, all things considered, the army's in a decent spot, is in a good spot. There's nothing egregious with my position. They will go further forward. I'll use it to shimmy these two battalions forward. Still, my position is fairly contained, fairly effective. Wait, why? I should not be slowing down. Speed up. Artillery or no artillery. Yeah, this whole division can shift forward again as well. My only concern, a big concern, but just a concern, is the fact that I don't want to outpace Breyer too much. Otherwise he'll hit them in the flank with cavalry. Not what I want. in the slightest. Bring them forward a bit more. The Würzburg Chevalier will stay with MacDonald for now. I'm not gonna get... Yeah, the only time I'm gonna get Lauriston in command is when Ney ends up here. If he ends up there. Yep, go. It's always the one, isn't it? The one side that lags. Still, all things considered, my line is nice and ready to attack. Sebastiani. Next turn. Yeah, they can't go any further forward. So yeah. These fields are really slowing me down, but soon enough it should be fine. My question is, what is he up to? Because again, he keeps falling back and screaming. Could he be... I suspect he'll be redeploying behind this screen, but I can't tell. The fact that these Prussians are still here means that, well, with them still there, it makes them somewhat vulnerable to Girard and Lederoux's division's attack, because if Lederoux hits them head on, and then Girard hits them in the side, supported by Carpentier hitting them as well on the other side. And then we have Borea and Delmas looking to hit further back. I'll probably keep Albert's division as a reserve now that I think about it. It would be probably the best use for his division, rather than trying to scram it into yet more space. Because as I've moved, the line's sort of contracted, trying to get forward. So naturally, I would rather have Albert, say, here, or, well, I would rather have Ricard here, and then Albert here, but because of the way the terrain has been sort of squashing me in, bit by bit, not directly, but as I've manoeuvred, my divisions have sort of swerved. As did happen on many occasions, historically. So, my division has just basically veered to the... Ricard's division has basically just naturally veered to the right, which has therefore squashed out Albert's division into following it. Still, the line is set, the pieces are moving. Is there any other big do this, can't move you, don't want to move any of you? So yeah, it's literally just Lauriston's corps that's not moved. And it's not moved for a very good reason. Because the biggest thing is I don't want it moving yet. What can you see? You can see plenty. Yeah, that's a very nice dominant position. Not as dominant as the Katzbach, but it's still a very nice dominant position over this area. Do I shift these lot forward? There is a bit of a gap, and more importantly, it would bring it closer to attack when the time comes. Yes, I think I do. I will shift this division forward to be more in line with the rest of the corps. And then I'll bring up the foot guns. So missile will come to you too. So the division is just shimmying forward, ready to begin skirmishing / maybe attacking the village, depending on what I can see. Still, with that turn done, I thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please consider hitting that subscribe button or that thumbs up. Let me know how you think the series is going, how you think all my series are going, what I can do to improve, etc, etc, etc. But until next time, I will see you all very soon. So, bye-bye for now.